Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Staz, the Italiano, a.k.a. ESPN Staz, because I'm bringing it to you like a highlight, you feel me? We back at it again with another episode of The Definition of Active, right here at AZ Way Too Active, you dig? Appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight, man. We got a special guest on the show tonight, man. This dude is a basketball player for the Grand Canyon University, Lopes. Big time hooper out here, man. He's been, making some moves in the hoop game for a minute, man. He was just in the NCAA tourney. Shout out to Grand Canyon, man. We got a big time baller on the show tonight. Josh Baker, man, a.k.a. Bake. You feel me? He's in the building. What's good?
My dog Stash, man. Appreciate you having me.
Sir.
Dog.
Yes, sir, man.
Always
It's a pleasure, man. It's been a long time coming for this, man, and appreciate you for pulling up.
Man, I appreciate you having me, dog. It's a pleasure being here, for real.
Hell yeah, man. So, we're going to get right into it, man. For those that don't know, man, are you currently from Arizona? You know, where did you grow up, man, and how was it like coming up in that specific section of Arizona?
Man, yeah, I'm from here. I'm from Arizona, born and raised from the south side of AZ. Grew up playing basketball, man, my whole life. But, I mean, just the environment of growing up, I always had what I needed. But, I mean, I was never handed out and given anything.
Mm-hmm.
I always had to work for what I had. But, I mean, it's molded me in who I am today. So, I mean, I'm always proud to rep where I'm from.
Hell yeah. So you said the south side of Phoenix. What part of the south side?
Levine.
Oh, Levine. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You out there. Okay. For sure. Yeah, man. I remember doing a lot of tournaments at Chavez.
Oh, yeah.
Cesar
That's
Chavez.
where we get at. Yeah, them runs down there used to get crazy.
Crazy, man. Like, I mean, back when I was hooping and shit, like, I actually had a former player that played for Chavez on the show recently.
Okay.
He's an artist now.
Who you had?
Young face. Ben Johnson.
Oh, that do sound familiar.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He used to be a hooper.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, big time hooper for Chavez and all that. But anyway, man, Levine, man, shout out to Levine, man.
Shout out to Levine, man, for real.
They built that new freeway on the 202, man. Makes it faster to get there.
No doubt.
For
That's
real,
a fact.
man. Hell yeah. Well, that's what's up, man. And, for a lot of people that don't know, and, like we was talking about off camera, if you're watching, Jordan Baker, man,
That's big bro.
he used to play against your big bro back in the day. You feel me? So, like we were saying, it's a small world.
For
you
sure.
feel me?
For sure, bro.
For sure. But anyways, man, so, you talked about growing up in Levine, playing basketball. To let people know, like, who introduced you to the game, you know what I mean? Like, who got you into, like, actually really getting into basketball?
So, like, just like we was talking about, my big brother, always growing up, I started playing when I was around 3 years old. My brother was in high school. Just from, like, my earliest memories, I was always riding with him and my dad to his practices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shooting a little soccer ball. I'm just messing around, just imitating my brother. He was my idol growing up. So everything he doing on the court, I'm trying to mimic. But, I mean, really, once he had got me instilled to that, we was just playing in the backyard. And then that fun, that excitement, that love, that kind of just developed with me as a kid. And then from there on, I met Debo. And then we took off in the club scene after that. We took off in the club scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so.
what's up. Shout out Debo Lottie, Maserati.
Nah, that's
Messing
my dog.
with Lottie.
That's
you
my
know
dog,
what I mean?
man, for life.
So he was your coach then?
Yep, he was my club coach. I had met him, I want to say, I don't know, I can't remember the year right now, but I know I met him when I was a little younger. We went into club, I think it was probably at the Salvation Army.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him, we didn't put in some hours, dog. I'm talking about from 7 a.m., 7 p.m. in the
Really?
gym, getting in hours. Then we ended up putting up a club team. I think he was getting it together with his son. He was getting it together with his son. And then from there on, we started getting into practices in. We showing up at the clubs. And then we had gotten to our first tournament. We just saw in the city, like, we was going to be able to take over if we just stayed together and locked in. I played with Debo probably from 6U till I couldn't play no more in high school.
Really?
No cap, bro.
Wow.
That's my dog, man.
Really?
I was telling you off camera, he was like a father figure to me, really.
Yeah.
He was more than basketball, for sure.
Okay.
Like, he was helping me with life lessons, as well as on the stuff he was doing on the court for me. So that's my dog for life.
That's dope, man. That's dope. And what was the name of the club team?
Diplomats.
Diplomats. AZ Diplomats.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up, man. That's hard. That's crazy, man. The Diplomats. Every time I hear that, I think about myself coming up, man, listening to the Diplomats.
Yeah.
Cameron and all that.
Facts.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy,
That's
dog.
dope, man. Once again, shout out to Debo Lottie, man.
Nah, that's my
Maserati.
dog. He looked out for me, man. For real. Shout out.
That's what's up, man. So that's super dope. Who were some hoopers that you like grew up like, I don't want to say idolizing, but who are some hoopers that you like, were influenced by, that you enjoyed watching, that you were like, yo, I want to emulate my game after him?
Growing up, like I said, it was always my big brother. He was
Uh-huh.
always just like the picture is what I seen myself being, but I was always adding my own flavor to it.
Uh-huh.
Coming up as a youngin', I wasn't never really watching college.
Okay.
So I was really just watching a lot of NBA.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose was my favorite player for as long as I can remember.
Yo.
That's
yes.
crazy, bro.
Yes, sir.
He's been my favorite player as long as I can remember, and then he started getting his injuries. And it's crazy that he was my favorite player because I was never really like explosive like him. I just loved his quickness and how his game looked. But as far as now, like Steph Curry for sure is my favorite player. A lot of T-Mac, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. That's my favorite players for sure right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
for
super
sure.
dope. Derrick Rose, man, he's one of my favorite players too.
Derrick Rose got so much influence on the game though. He was nice, bro.
Nice, bro.
Nice. But
Like-
he was so electrifying, but like his ability to be acrobatic in the air and finish is just what I was just like, yo, bro, this dude's OD.
Yeah. I was watching a clip the other day, bro, on Instagram. It was like a clip they did. I think it was like on Complex Sports or something, or ESPN. They was asking a bunch of like Chicago players who grew up in Chicago and played in the league throughout the years, like Isaiah Thomas,
Yeah.
like fucking Quentin Richardson, like just a bunch of different legendary players and shit. It was like, so out of all the players that come out of the city, like, like which player you think really stood out and you were like, he did that for the city, like he's the one right there, like he's the one that made the city most proud.
Yeah,
They said it was Derrick Rose.
that's crazy.
You feel me?
That's real talk though.
Yeah, because like he came from shit. You feel me?
Facts.
Inglewood, like, you know what I mean, south side of Chicago, and then to do what he did was just like, yo,
Nah, D Rose one of them real ones.
real one, man. For sure, man. Good stuff, man. Steph Curry, D Rose, man. That's super dope, man. So let's fast forward a little bit. You know what I mean? So you're playing with Debo Lottie, club ball. High school. Where did you go to high school, and how was that experience playing basketball?
So I went to McClintock High School.
Okay.
That's actually the opposite school of where my brother went, so it was kind of like a rival. But just the high school experience was fun, bro. It was a blur, but I mean, it was fun, bro. The experience of just meeting new friends. I mean, you going from 8th grade to a whole new level and dimension of school and just life, bro. So I mean, that whole experience of playing basketball there was challenging at first.
Yeah.
I was blessed to play varsity as a freshman, but I was on JV and just kind of sitting, but I got to see a lot of things within the game that I wouldn't see if I was playing. Just a lot of leadership things, how my coach reacts to things, how ref the games and stuff like that. So when I came back from my sophomore year, I was starting, and I just tried to apply the things that I learned my freshman year from watching and from playing, and then just try to take off from there. But that experience was wonderful, bro. I loved high school, bro.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. Shout out to McClintock High School, man. You know what I mean? Dope spot. Who was your coach? Coach Chase or?
Coach Dents.
Okay, for sure.
Coach Dents.
Dope.
Yes, sir.
Are they still doing McClintock Christmas holiday tournaments?
Yeah.
They still doing
yeah,
those?
that's the best tournament of the year.
Yo, those are so dope.
That's the best tournament of the year,
Yeah.
man. Them things get activated.
Active, bro. The stands are packed.
What? Every game, though. Every
Yeah.
game. Because it's fans that'll stay and watch other teams play. So it ain't necessarily like McClintock only watch McClintock games and leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they'll stay for the whole team.
The energy in there is just like the best.
Nah, it's
You know
dope.
what I mean?
It's dope.
Be some shorties up in there too. You know what
know
I
what
mean?
I'm
The
saying?
moms and all that. I'm
Feel me?
like,
They'll come
yo.
to Tempe. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't get into
Yeah.
it. They'll come to Tempe.
Because, it's right down the street from, college.
Facts.
From ASU. You
Facts.
feel me? So, like, was there a point at McClintock when you were like, yo, like, I'm really nice with it. Like colleges starting to hit you up. Like when was the point, in McClintock when you're like, yo, I'm actually really nice with this shit. Like I can go to the next level.
Um, I would say around my junior year, but truthfully, I was never really in that mindset of where like I'm really nice with this. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Uh-huh.
was always in a position where I felt like I'm not gonna say unappreciated, but just like undervalued and like
Mhm.
I would say underrated for sure. So I was just
Mhm.
constantly in a mindset where like I'm always trying to prove something, and I'm always on 10 with all my
Mhm.
stuff that I'm doing. So I was never like that, but I always knew I had potential. I knew I had talent, and I could play at the next level just by what
Mhm.
my peers were telling me. People that's played at the next level, like they were telling me I can play there. So it was
Mhm.
just always instilled confidence with me, within me and stuff like that.
That's dope, man. I think that's a good mindset to have, and for all the young hoopers out there that's watching, it's good not to get like a big head.
For
You
sure.
feel me, and kind of feel yourself like that. Like having confidence is good, but like you have that ground, that stay grounded mentality.
For
You know what
sure.
I mean? Be humble and all that.
Exactly, and that's how I try to carry myself. Cause just like it's times where you're gonna be living life to the fullest, it's gonna be times where life knock you back down. You don't never want to
Mhm.
be looked at as no arrogant dude
Mhm.
when you up, but when you down, you know what I'm saying. Just try to
Mhm.
keep a mellow head through it out.
No facts, bro. Facts. Okay, so McClintock, you know what I mean, balling out in McClintock. Um, College. Let's start with college. Where did you go? After McClintock, was there an offer or how did that whole process go after high school?
And that's a crazy question because that's the necessary reason I didn't necessarily feel like I was cocky. Because out of high school, I went JUCO.
Okay.
Out of high school, everybody's dream is definitely to go D1.
Yeah.
So that was a humbling experience, but it was an opportunity that I needed in my life,
Mm-hmm.
especially where I went. So I went to Hutchinson, Kansas. I went to Hutchinson Community College, which is in Kansas. So
Mm-hmm.
that place it's a culture shock for real.
Where in Kansas?
It's in Hutchinson, so it's like
Hutchinson, Kansas.
yeah, and
Wow.
it's called Hutchinson Community College. So
Damn.
it's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
So like I said, it's a real culture shock. So for example, like the nearest movie theater is an hour away, which is in
Damn.
Wichita. So it's
Okay.
like coming from Arizona, where it was like I was kind of getting a little buzz around my name and a lot of people getting to know me. Uh, I went to JUCO where really nobody knew me, and it was kind
Mm-hmm.
of just like a culture shock in that being a city boy, and then I'm seeing straight farms and grass and land.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a different experience, but I mean I learned a lot
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
That's what's up, man. And you was there for 1 year or 2 years?
2 years, both
2 years. Okay. Um, Shout out to Hutchinson, Kansas, man.
for sure. That's the
Um,
mecca
that's the
of
mecca,
JUCO
man.
basketball out there for sure.
That's dope. That's dope. So then after that, you went to UNLV, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, was that a process like, okay, I'm balling out at Hutchinson? You had colleges looking at you like,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Coming out of JUCO, I had a lot of like high major schools coming out. UNLV wasn't even on the list until probably like I really had to commit.
really?
And just because during that time it was COVID year,
Hmm.
so my top three going to who I was going to commit to was Houston, Loyola, and Rutgers. So
Okay.
UNLV wasn't even in the picture, but like I said, it was COVID, so everybody was getting their year back. So coming out, everybody's getting their year back, so they're like, if you want to come, you got a red shirt. Everybody in my top three is like, if you want to come, you got a red shirt. We got
Hmm.
people coming back. We promised them, whatever.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I'm about to be a junior. I don't necessarily want a red shirt because I already spent 2 years in JUCO. I want to try to build my name somewhat.
Hmm.
So I reopened my recruitment, and I'm like, yeah, I'm listening to some other schools, and UNLV hit me, and it's crazy that they hit me because one of my day ones, my man's for my life for life. He is from Vegas, and UNLV is his dream school. And as soon as he called me, I'm like, yo, bro, you'll never believe who just,
Hmm.
And then so, I mean, it just seemed like it was gonna be a right fit
Hmm.
for me, and it was actually. I learned a lot from Vegas,
Hmm.
and I mean, I'm happy I did it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. And you were there for 2 years, right?
One
1 year.
1 year,
Okay, 1 year. That's what's up, man. Shout out to UNLV, man. It's a dope school. A lot of legendary ballers came from there. You
definitely
feel me? Vegas is obviously uh, a different experience.
for
You
sure,
know what I mean?
for
Vegas
sure,
is popping. It's
for sure.
Vegas.
No, yeah, it's
You know
never
what I
sleeps
mean?
over there. That's a
Obviously,
yeah,
bro, crazy. And now they got a football team, but at one point they didn't have nothing besides UNLV.
right.
You know what I mean?
That's a
Crazy.
fact.
But anyway, okay, UNLV, man, and then after UNLV, we here. You dig?
We back in the city, man.
Back in the city,
Where
man.
it all started.
Grand Canyon University started as a super small school, man. Nothing going on,
Facts.
and then just keeps growing and growing. D2,
Mm-hmm.
and then boom, they're in the WAC. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The WAC conference, Western Athletic Conference. Big time NCAA Division I school now.
Yep.
Still growing. Um, what made you want to go to Grand Canyon, man? Why did you pick Grand Canyon after UNLV? Why did you want to leave UNLV? If you want to talk about that.
So my decision really coming home it was a lot of key factors that played into it. I mean, leaving UNLV, I just wanted a bigger opportunity to showcase my talents a little more. And coming out of high school, I was also hearing from GCU just a little. It was different staff members that they are now, but I was hearing from them. I don't Jovan Blackshear. I don't know if you know Jovan Blackshear, but
Sounds familiar.
yeah, he plays for GCU. He's been playing there the last 4 years. But when we were growing up, I was not necessarily close with him, but we were always either playing against each other or he played maybe 2 times on my team or something like that. So coming home, I hit him like, yo, I see a few guys leaving, la la la. Like, I'm trying to see like what y'all boys talking about. He said we needed you, we need your help, la la la. We came, but I mean, just the decision coming home, it was big. It was coming home for family, trying to win for my city. I mean, we accomplished that. So it was a lot of things that really factored into my decision coming home.
That's what's up, man. And real quick, I want to veer off one quick second, and we'll get back to Grand Canyon.
For sure.
And this is for all the hoopers, man. If you want to explain what, obviously I've watched highlights, I've watched games, you know what I mean? But for those that don't know, man, what do you think sticks out about your game? What makes you different, bro? Like, what are some things that make you special on the court, you think?
I really feel like I just feel like my presence is always felt. I know I'm an elite shooter for sure. That's what I'm always known for. But if I'm not knocking down shots, it's always something else I can do. I can play make, I can play defense, I can lead, I can talk. It's a lot of things that I can do. So I mean, I feel like just being a well balanced all around player. I mean, I don't feel like you can really go wrong with that because at some point something you can do is needed. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that being that piece, I feel like I can always be a valuable asset on the court.
Hell yeah. And what are some things that you think you would need to work on or some things that you would like to get better at?
For sure. I just feel like I just need to get stronger. Like my main thing, I just feel like I want to put on some weight. I played at like 185 last year. If I get to like 195, I feel like I'll be smooth. Just as far as like my explosion, being able to take a little more contact and move people like that. So, I mean, I just feel like that type of stuff will help.
Hell yeah, I feel you. Should get you some of that protein powder, boy.
You feel me? Nah.
One Stop Nutrition. Nah, I'm playing.
Nah, that's a fact though. We gotta bulk up this year.
Nah, I feel you, bro. Hell yeah, for sure. But all right then. So let's go back to Grand Canyon. So you come back for the city, man. And you hooping for GCU, right? And y'all win the WAC championship.
It's crazy, bro.
Man, how was that experience, bro? Talk about that.
Dog, the last 3 to 4 months of my life have been crazy, bro. And that experience it started in Utah. We had a meeting in Utah, and it's probably 2 games left in the season. We just dropped our senior night game. We losing that, so everybody counting us out. They writing us off. We seeing in the prediction scores, we got 12% chances of winning and everything like that. So we just like, okay, we called a meeting. And we just talking to each other like we all saying the same thing, but it's like it's what's need to be said. Like we know we're better than what we're showcasing. Like we need to pick it up. La la la. The next 2 games we win. We win the next 2 games. And then we head to Vegas. And it was just something that clicked, bro. Honestly, and it was God, bro. Honestly, because it's just like something really clicked in us that was really just like magical, bro. And it was we won 4 games in 5 days.
Wow.
And it's crazy. That really felt like some tournament days again, playing 4 games in 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just like, bro. And just for me, my story personally, to like leave Vegas, to come home, win a championship in Vegas for my city, bro. It was just like, bro, like you couldn't write that no better, bro. That experience was crazy.
Wow, man. I can only imagine, man.
Bro, it was crazy, bro.
Sheesh.
It was crazy.
The locker room after game, man. Y'all was, man.
What? Water everywhere. We dancing,
Man.
videotaping, calling family,
Yeah.
bro. That experience is like no other, bro.
Incredible, bro.
It's special, bro.
Incredible. And then, obviously the moment that, takes the state, takes the country by storm, y'all get, selected to play in the NCAA tournament, man.
Yeah, for sure.
March Madness,
For
bro.
sure.
Were y'all doing like a watch part? Was there like a watch party, any sort of like gathering y'all had to see like the seedings or whatever? You know how
Yeah.
they be doing that?
Yeah.
Well, did y'all have anything like that?
So the night we won, we enjoyed ourselves in Vegas, and that next morning we had a selection show. So we drive back to Vegas that morning, and then no, that next evening. So we drive back to Vegas that next morning, and then that evening we right there. So as soon as we get off the plane, we take a little shower, get back, and then we right there as people, family, cheerleaders, stuff like that. And it's on the big screen on our little jumbotron on to the side over there, and it's like, it was crazy. It was lit.
Damn, y'all was going wild when
Oh yeah, it was dope.
they announced it.
Cause we thought we was gonna play a few different teams. So Coach Drew, his brother coaches at Baylor, and it was a chance we was gonna play Baylor.
Yeah.
So when they was coming up, everybody's like, it was like, oh, it was crazy though.
Yeah.
Nah, it was fun.
Crazy. That's super dope, man. Super dope. So y'all get selected, man. And yo, there was something going on, man, about y'all luggage.
Oh my gosh.
What was
man.
that, bro? What was going
Nah,
on?
that
with
was insane. So we get off the plane, and we see it's like a little delay. We like, what's going on? We looking outside the window like, what's going on? We get to the hotel, they're like, none of the stuff is here. We like, what you mean? Like, none of the stuff is here.
Wow.
So I guess they had room to bring the instruments, the band, all of that stuff, but they
Yeah.
didn't bring our shoes or our practice jerseys or nothing.
Man.
So we get to the gym, and nothing is still there. So everything is going crazy on Twitter. So the school that we were at, they let us use their practice unis, but we still had no shoes. So at the first 30, 45 minutes of practice, we walking around in just some walking around shoes, getting up little jimmies. And then our trainers, they went to Foot Locker and Finish Line, went just bought us all free kicks. So we was like, I mean, we'll take the free kicks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Yeah.
complaining about that, but nah, that was crazy.
Wow, man.
It was
Crazy,
more funny
man.
than anything, for real.
Yeah, I'm like, out of everybody, the basketball team don't got their stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they brought the instruments, but they couldn't bring the jerseys.
The instruments. Now, shout out to the band, man.
Nah, shout out to the band.
Shout out
for
to
sure,
the band. And y'all fan base is crazy, bro.
Oh my God.
It's an experience, bro.
Every game.
Going to the games.
Every game. And it's like, they travel with us sometimes. So
Yeah.
it's like, even in away games, we sometimes have more fans than the home team.
Yeah.
And they're loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna hear them. You gonna hear the
Yeah.
Havocs every game. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's incredible, bro. That's definitely incredible. So all right, man. NCAA tournament, man. Obviously, y'all got bounced out and all that. But if you can, man, just talk about the whole experience as a whole. Just playing in March Madness, having all that going on. Like, just how did it make you feel, man? How was the experience as a whole?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. I mean, like I said, it was people that I used to look up to, that was telling me like I'm doing something that they never got to experience or only stuff that they used to dream about.
Mm-hmm.
So that in itself just gave me a whole different perspective before I even landed there. So we land there. It's a private police escort everywhere you go.
Wow.
So they pick you up as soon as you land. They drive you to the hotel, drive you to the gym. They take you everywhere you go. The food, they have food laid out for all the players. Gear, they have some jackets, some shorts, March Madness stuff.
Really?
You shoot in the gym is crazy. So we played in the Denver Nuggets arena. So we walking in, just that experience of walking in and seeing a whole bunch of NBA legends on their wall. The locker rooms, I think we was in their hockey's team locker room, but they have March Madness. They had bottles, they had everything there for us.
Wow.
We get on the court, the jumbotron is crazy, the seats it's crazy seeing how arena looks empty. Just because it's like, you really just like, it's crazy when it's going to fill up. Getting to the game time, I mean, the preparation for it was a lot. But getting to the game, it was amazing, bro. That environment was crazy. Something that was crazy, so, I told you it was a big jumbotron in there.
Yeah.
So as we're playing Gonzaga, Purdue is getting upset. The number one team is getting
Yeah.
upset right now. So it's just times in the game where we dribbling up the court, we thinking nothing's happening, but we hearing the crowd go, ah, and we like, what's going on? But we look up, it's like Purdue down 5 with 2 minutes left. We like, oh, they might.
Wow.
So it was just like that whole experience of just hearing the crowd react to our games, and they react to everything you do. So it was just like it was crazy, bro. It's only things you dream about, bro. Really.
Yeah.
I'm blessed.
That's crazy, man. That must have been one of the craziest, experiences, man. One of the best experiences. You're gonna remember that forever.
It's dope, man. It's
You
dope.
know?
We aspiring to get back there though, but we gonna try to win some games for sure this time.
Oh yeah, for sure,
For
man.
sure.
Y'all got a lot to be proud of. Shout out to your team, man. I mean, y'all got some talented players
For
on the
sure.
team, man.
Some
Y'all put on
dogs.
for the city.
Some dogs, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's all we came here to do, man. We just trying to put on,
Hmm.
win some games, and make some names for ourselves, man.
Hell yeah, man. That's super what's up, man. And I guess, I want to ask you, what does it take for when an upcoming hooper, out there coming up in the club ball scene, in the high school scene, even the JUCO scene, what does it take for them to make it to that level? Like, what would you suggest they do? What needs to happen?
I mean, everybody has their own journey and their own way of getting to where they want to be. My main thing is you just really just got to stay focused and stay in the gym at all costs.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, I've learned this the hard way too. It's people waiting on your spot. If you being lazy or whatever the case may be, as long as you staying in the gym and you working on your craft and you making that the main thing, if you keeping the main thing,
Mhm.
I feel like you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
100.
Got you. That's 100 for sure. Yeah, man, and we could wrap it up pretty soon here, man. What are some, if you want to explain, what are some goals that y'all have, man, for the next upcoming season at Grand Canyon, and what are some, personal goals that you have as a player that you want to, accomplish?
Me personally, I haven't really had time to really reflect and necessarily plan new goals for this year. I'm really just it's a lot of things going on. I got to get surgery and stuff like that, so I'm planning on really just my rehab and focusing on that things. But
Mhm.
as far as the season for next year, we all got a lot of things to prove. Like I said, I got a surgery I'm focusing on, so I'm gonna come back ready to prove that I'm still who I am. Jovan Blackshear, he came back. He's coming back off his torn ACL, so he's gonna have something to prove. Ray had a big season, my boy Ray. So I mean, we trying to take over the WAC. I mean, so coming back, our expectations are to win it again, and like I said, to win games in March Madness. It's not just about getting there no more, and we experienced it now. Now it's time to win. We've been there last 2 in the last 3 years, trying to make it 3 in the last 4. So we just trying to make some noise for sure.
No, for sure. And I definitely think you guys can make some noise. Just sitting back, being a basketball fan, and obviously somebody who studies the game. Your team, the team that you have, are some dogs, like you said. They work hard. They got talent. You know what I mean. Got some shooters on the team, and then obviously Coach Bryce Drew. Legendary basketball figure.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's at the helm, so I don't think you can ever go wrong with that.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
We got the recipe, man. We got the blueprint. We just gotta make it. We just gotta make it happen.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Well, yeah, man. Everybody watching, make sure to stay tuned for the upcoming WAC season, man. Upcoming GCU men's basketball season.
Yes, sir.
If y'all want to catch a game, you know what I mean? It's quite an experience. I know I'm going to catch a game for sure.
My dog.
You know what I mean?
Know that.
My lady actually goes to GCU.
Really?
Yeah, and my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta come to a game. Then.
Yeah, my
It's
cousin,
only right.
he's going to be a sophomore. He's a freshman this year, but he's going to be a sophomore next year.
Okay. He playing sports over there? Or he just.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, he's just going to school out there. You know what I mean? And then obviously my lady, she going for her MBA over there. So
Okay.
yeah, man, GCU ties for sure, man. It's dope to see how much y'all have grown over there. Once again, catch a game, man. Stay tuned, for Josh, man. He's about to be balling out, you know what I mean, once he gets done with his rehab and all that. It's your boy Staz, the Italiano, a.k.a. ESPN Staz. Oh, yeah, okay. So the homie said we got to give him his social media tags and everything where everybody can find him. Let them know where they can find you.
My Instagram, bakeshow.22. Twitter, bakeshow with 3 O's, 22. And that's about it for me.
Yeah, go follow him, man. You know, be on the lookout for the interview to drop. It's gonna be a dope one, man. Appreciate you for coming through once again. It's your boy Staz, the Italiano, aka ESPN Staz, because I'm bringing it to you like a highlight. You know what I mean? This is AZ Way Too Active, and we outie.
Ski.
Yee.
My dog, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you,
Yes,
man.
sir,
Nah,
man.
that's litty, man. I ain't gonna